It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield. Gonna hit it. Here you go.
809.5. And now it's 809 3/4.
Had plenty of bleeder on that one.
Today is the 10th day of November. That camera needs to come down a little bit. Today is the 10th day of November.
Wouldn't it be great if Bob knew how to operate the cameras?
Wouldn't it be great? You want me to try to do that? What do I do?
Tilt down, Bob. Pick up the handles just a little bit.
And
Going
Let's see,
over here, everybody.
let's see if you can figure it out.
yeah, before we even get started. So the one that has the red light on it, number 2.
Yes. We're gonna teach. I can teach.
Okay.
I can teach a freshman.
Lift up. Okay.
Too much, Bob.
Too much.
He's
Go
doing
back.
that on purpose.
Go back up.
Bob. What the heck is
Go
going
back.
on?
Okay. Oh, okay.
Tilt down some more, Bob. No, you got to include you in the tilt down. A little bit more. Too much.
Too much. Go back.
Good.
All right.
That's it?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Look, I can teach Bob how to do a new trick.
My God, I learned a new task.
All right, now that I've done that, I can pop
Don't
myself
get any
out,
ideas.
I
folks.
did.
out of the center square.
I didn't think it would be that easy. Usually anything with Bob is like trying to herd cats.
Right.
Hey, we got to do a promo for Decemberfest coming up. Huh?
More work.
More work.
More for me?
More work. More work.
So today is the 10th day of November.
You may get
The
out
camera
eventually.
is properly centered now.
Mm-hmm.
It's the year 2020 Anno Domini. This is the den. Ken's den.
The views expressed by the host during his monologue are those solely of his own, not those of Westfield State University, the University Radio Club, our underwriters, or Dr. Kevin Coughlin quietly transgressing the streets of Westfield in his Model 3 Tesla. And now, like all those big words.
I loved it.
You have to see Jeremy Clarkson talk about Tesla cars one of these days.
I did. I told him to go look
I'm
it up.
gonna look it up today.
I told him that's one of the things I said.
Yeah, I'll be doing this.
You know what, Pete?
What's going on, Kenneth?
You would think that a week after Election Day, I would be opening with something regarding the outcome
Yep.
or potential outcome.
Yep.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Yes.
Nope. 4 more years of Orange Man bad provides great material.
That's true.
4 years of Dementia Joe provides me great material.
Yep.
It seems we have a winner, but this is going to go on for weeks and weeks. You know, and I've actually decided to find out on January 20th.
You mean you're not gonna get the results of your pregnancy test?
Go on, Maury.
You're gonna wait?
This is where,
Wait till
this
delivery?
is where we ought to do it. We ought to do it on Maury's show.
You are the president.
Yeah. This is what we ought to do.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, Peter, don't egg him on.
That would be awesome.
Really?
I'm all for that. That's a bipartisan effort.
Now I have a segment I need to write.
See, I warned you, Peter. I warned you.
Isn't that awesome, though?
I could have fun writing that one.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
I do have something that's irritating me that is definitely election related.
Okay.
Only one thing.
At the end of last week, Facebook took a dive into more censoring. The Zuckerberg powers decided that in Facebook groups that have any political postings, that the admins must approve every post. In a group the size of the Westfield Community Forum with almost 15,000 members, this is a real PETA. This forum got notified that every post must be approved from now until January 6th. Now, I'm not saying there's a conspiracy here, or collusion, or interference, but all this happened just as creepy Uncle Joe was about to be called as winning the election whilst articles about fraud and corruption started to come out. The notice stated that the admins should not be allowing any posts with false or misleading information.
That's a good idea.
The Facebook algorithm that decides if something is false or misleading has been proven to be inaccurate time and time again. Just like how the Soros-backed Snopes has been caught using a slant to prove or disprove something.
That's true.
From what I understand, if the article is something good about Dementia Joe, it is approved. But if it is about potential election fraud or corruption, it is poo-pooed by Facebook. What happens if you allow something the Facebook group does not like or even agree with? All right. After a 2-month probation period, your group is reviewed. If the Zuckerberg machine feels you allowed too many posts through in the spirit of freedom of speech that it did not care for, the group is shut down.
Well, that's censorship.
Kind of smacks of communism to me.
That's censorship.
Yeah, this is censorship. Yes, you could argue that Facebook is a private company and can do what it wants, but it has simply gotten too big and needs to be regulated like a utility. Myself and the other admins in the group, they hate censorship. Unless someone is threatened, bullied, or is spamming the group, we let people say what they want to say. If you don't agree with a post, say so. Or keep scrolling. You have a choice. Now, I'm the first to say you should not be getting your news from Facebook. Having said that, some of the memes and parody posts are hella funny. And I would like to believe that at least 80% of the other folks feel the same way. Or maybe most of us are all idiots and need to have somebody tell us how we should be doing our thinking. Now, apparently, a lot of people took issue with this and Facebook doing this. And yesterday, a notice went out stating that posts no longer needed to be approved by the admins.
Oh, they got caught.
Freedom of speech. Just watch what you say. Let's pay our bills. We'll be back right after this.
You know what? Was there ever...
Words, weapons, sharpened knives, makes you wonder how the other half died. Other half died. Makes you wonder. But here come the man with a look in his eye. Fed on nothing but full of pride. Look at him go, look at him kick. Makes you wonder how the other half live. Devil inside, the devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside. Devil inside, devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside. Oh. Here come the world, the look in its eye. Future uncertain, but certainly slight. Look at the faces, listen to the bells. It's hard to believe we need a place called hell. Place called hell. was a woman with a look in her eye. She's raised on leather, flesh on the mind. Words and weapons, sharper than knives. Makes you wonder how the other half died. The devil inside, the devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside. The devil inside, the devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside. The devil inside, the devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside. Devil inside, devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside. The devil inside. Yeah, yeah. The devil inside. Yeah, yeah.
Underwriting for WSKB's community radio programming is brought to you in part by R. Levesque Associates. They are offering landscape architecture, civil engineering, environmental permitting, and land surveying. RLA is a second-generation company devoted to excellence in the planning and design of outdoor spaces. On the web at rlaland.com or at 40 School Street in Westfield.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show.
Right here on WSKB 89.5.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
My family! He's got a gun!
Someone's breaking into your home. What do you do? Call 911? It takes the police an average of 35 minutes to respond to a 911 call. In that time, a burglar could have his way with your wife, smoke a cigarette, flip her over, and go in for seconds. Don't let the worst happen to you. It is vital that you protect yourself. Do it the patriotic way.
That's right. Ammunition has all the equipment you need to protect your family from the evils of a liberal society. Fixed, mounted, and shoulder-held submachine guns, mortars, surface-to-air, and all manner of heat-seeking missiles. And just in to celebrate the Gulf War, pink and blue tracer bullets so you can protect your family in the dark. Start the week off right on Make My Day Mondays with 2-for-1 on main, strafe, and kill landmines. Got Gulf War syndrome? Get $10 off all machine gun rentals. Hey, if you love your family, prove it with a gun. Ammunition, protecting your rights.
8:24 on the nose.
Honestly.
You know, if people only had privy to
This segment is sponsored by Ammunition.
If people had privy to my second little rant or monologue that we had during that break in studio, it was epic.
No.
And it just got me so worked up. I needed to play that.
Oh,
I was a little worried about your blood pressure, both of you.
oh my gosh, yes.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
You know, remember in the movie Apollo 13 when they start going at each other and Kevin Bacon says, it was my turn to stir, and they're yelling and yelling, and then all of a sudden Tom Hanks goes, "Are we on Vox?" And they go, "No," and he goes, "Hello, Houston. How are you? Nice to see you."
So true. So true. No, we
That was actually,
don't yell at one
according
another.
to
We
Jim
yell-
Lovell, that was played up for the movie. That didn't really happen.
Oh.
He said we didn't have,
No, are you telling me there are things in a movie that aren't true,
he
Peter?
said we didn't have time to argue. We're trying to save our lives.
That's my favorite movie of all time.
It is. It's a great
It's
movie.
the one that I watch every time it's on.
Apollo
and
13.
Apollo
Yeah.
13, and I cry every time they come through the atmosphere, and he says something like, "Hello, Houston, good to see you." I just cry.
Stop that, Bob.
Oh, what am I doing?
You're crinkling.
You're crinkling your
You're
bottle.
crinkling.
Oh, I'm crinkling. All right, I'm getting it rid of.
There's pens in front there if
I
you
don't need
something in your hand to play with.
I don't know why I'm wearing this mask.
Neither do I.
I have no idea.
And you know, I'm not going to be going heavy into federal politics for the next couple of weeks because we know it's going to be a mess for several weeks minimum. And I'm just going to stand on the sidelines and watch it happen. I'm not going to express things one way or another because it really doesn't matter what the hell I say or what the hell I think. All right, so I'm just going to sit here and watch for a while. So I'm not going to be beating up on you.
Right, and I'm not going to be beaten up on you because I have this new approach that Father Savage said is to look at the person and look beyond and see the find the love within me so that I can appreciate.
You just set me up perfectly. You said look at the person and look beyond them. So, when I look at Biden and I look beyond Biden, I see Hunter.
No, I don't think it works. Oh my God. Crickets. I know. I got it.
At this point, I'm just screwing with you.
I know you.
No.
I know.
Have people figured that out yet?
Yeah, they have. It's
They
still
go
fun.
in every time.
The truth is,
I still keep reeling them in on social media.
Oh man.
I mean, come on.
Oh man.
It's too easy
The
sometimes.
truth is that our dear man across the table from me here did not vote for Trump and did not vote for Biden, but he voted he voted his conscience, and because of that, I appreciate you.
I'm one of the reasons.
He's speechless.
I'm one of the reasons why Westfield didn't carry Trump this year.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't. I didn't realize.
No.
Oh, interesting.
That was most of the towns around us carried Trump, but not us.
Ah, gotcha.
Southwick, Agawam.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, they all went Trump, but we didn't this year. It was only a couple hundred.
Yeah.
But you know.
But you know what? Let's face it. That's the kind of thinking that I appreciate. Is you look, and I think that's what happened this time, is that we voted. It was a real victory in a
I
way.
voted against both of them.
You voted against both of them.
Yeah.
That's the thinking man's version of voting. Mm-hmm. Whereas many people did not think beyond. But, however, I will give America credit for the idea of we have to get rid of this indecent man in some way. And that's and I don't think it was we want to get rid of republicanism, although I think that it needs to change.
The far left has said they want to get rid of all Republicans.
Yes. Yeah. No.
So hey, look at this. It's
the far left.
Thank you.
Oh wait.
It's
What program are we
on the nose.
Yes.
This is the Den, Ken's Den. I'm Ken Stomsky, as I am.
We're only
Tuesday.
having conversations that the entire country's having.
Peter, look at this. It's 8:29 and 10 seconds. Behind the glass is my Robin Quivers, Kathy Palmer.
I'm still here. I'm staying silent. I'm the silent majority right now.
All right.
In the
neutral territory.
All right,
in the control room, we can't see on the broadcast because I set up the Robin Quivers camera. Is Peter Coles getting to the keys? Chairman Meow, the November night of notifications.
The night is okay, yeah, because night is spelled with a K, but that's.
But we don't say knight.
But it's still an N sounding.
Oh,
we still have the alliteration.
The night. Oh, I got it.
You have the N alliteration.
Really? Oh, it's the sound that. Okay, let's repeat it. The night of the November night of naughty notices.
Nuance. You could use
The
nuance.
That's good. Nuance.
The November Night of Nuance.
Night of Nuance.
He does sort of interject some interesting nuances here and there.
Nuance.
Look at this.
Yay.
It's 8:30 and a half.
And now it's time for therapy with Bob Plass.
Bob, please get the door.
Oh gosh, I was
dishes.
thinking of something else. Do I have an appointment now, Kath?
I really don't know.
Come on in. Oh, hi there, Kenny.
Hi.
Hi.
I listened to your show this morning.
You did,
and I think it might be you that needs a therapy. Umami.
Yeah.
Umami is not an ingredient.
I try to tell him that.
Okay, well, and you know what?
Wait a minute.
And I heard you trying to read the definition of umami.
Yeah.
Which the definition kind of sucked, but I have a better way of expressing what it is that Bob will understand.
Okay, please.
Okay. Umami is not an ingredient. It is a sense of taste. It is you have bitter, sour, sweet, hot. Cool. Now the new one, or new as in 30 years, 40 years ago, right. Umami. It's like an earthiness. And think mushrooms, think seaweed. All right? There's the earthy, deep flavor. That's umami. And the reason why a lot of Pete had mentioned something about monosodium glutamate.
Right.
Monosodium glutamate occurs naturally in a lot of foods, and you're consuming it and you don't even know about it. However, a lot of foods that happen to be rich in umami may tend to have some monosodium glutamate in it, but naturally occurring.
I get it.
You get it?
Okay. So would there
be... Hey, Petey, he gets it. He gets it.
I got it.
He just wants to be contrarian to me. That's all.
No. Oh, not at all. No, Peter. Umami powder. See, I've got this little thing in the bottle here. I've got umami in the bottle.
And
it has the salt.
There's mushroom in it.
Yeah.
All right? And that mushroom is an ingredient that tends to provide you the umami sense of taste.
Okay, alrighty. But I'm amazed that it had so much sodium in it. Well, okay. How about jackfruit?
You bought a salt substitute is what you bought, Bob.
So jackfruit actually probably one of the best uses for jackfruit.
Yeah, what?
You mix it with barbecue sauce and it imitates pulled pork really good.
Well, I've got that. Yeah, wait a minute. Where is this thing? I'm going to bring it up here.
We don't need to see it again, Bob.
I know what jackfruit
is. It looks
is.
like dry. It looks like particle board with sauce on it. That's what it looks like, Kath. Okay. It's not very.
And I just love eating particle board.
Yeah, I know.
I actually,
is it good? Have you tried it?
I've had jackfruit in a pulled pork form.
Yeah,
it wasn't horrible.
So tell me, where do you pick it up? Do I have to go to Whole Foods all the time, or what's the name? Trader Joe's.
Big Y has some.
Stop and Shop has it too.
Big Y has some jackfruit in the frozen area in dinners.
Stop and Shop has it fresh, apparently.
Fresh jackfruit?
Yes.
Do they?
That's what it said in the.
When you know how big a jackfruit is?
Google.
How? Yeah, I don't even know what a jackfruit looks like.
They're like this big.
Have you seen a jackfruit ever?
I have no idea. No.
They're huge?
I have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no. Well, Kathy, you've got a treat. I'm going to make you a non-tuna sandwich with jackfruit.
Right. Okay.
So appetizing.
Yeah, it is. Wait a minute. I'm gonna go over here to my bag.
Thanks. If you didn't do it, I was gonna.
Wait a minute. Lord. Wait a minute. Whoa.
This is comedy gold this morning.
Wait.
sick of my... Can we just shut off? There we go.
Okay.
That's jackfruit.
Actually, that's prepared jackfruit. That's not what it looks like naturally.
Oh, no? Oh, my God. Did I get a good brand? This is Upton's natural.
I'm sure you got a good brand because anything that at that shop you bought it from is overpriced.
The public is now weighing in.
Oh, my God. Who the hell cares?
Right.
Yeah. At any rate, jackfruit.
So who is going to pay who for the therapy this morning?
We're doing therapy. Oh,
I think
it's
it's a
exactly
wash.
right. I love this. It says on here an excellent cruelty-free meat and pork alternative.
It won't be cruelty-free 12 hours later, Bob.
Ooh.
Oh, they don't tell you about
A lot
that
of fiber.
part.
No.
A lot of fiber.
Is it good? Is it good for that?
Oh.
All right. At any rate. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, there's always a what do I want to? What word am I looking for? There's always a side effect to a benefit. There's always something good for the bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Collateral.
Look at this.
Collateral
I didn't talk.
Collateral damage for trying to eat that lifestyle.
I got nutritional yeast. I forgot to mention that. Have you ever worked with?
You should really see your gynecologist about that, Bob.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God, help me!
That's awesome.
Supposedly, this is going to take the place of a cheesy flavor in my meal.
Yeah, you can spread that on macaroni and cheese. You sprinkle it on pasta. That's what I do actually with nutritional yeast.
Oh.
It does it gives you a cheesy type flavor, but it also definitely because it is yeast. You get that yeasty smell and a yeasty taste out of it. Like if you ever ate a piece of heavily yeasted bread.
Is it good? Is it a nice taste?
Yeah, it's not bad. Yep, that has its places.
Have you ever had any of this? No.
Yeah, you're not going to use it as a substitution for anything, but you use that instead of getting out your can of shaky cheese.
I'm trying to create a tuna pasta dish without tuna and without pasta.
Okay.
And so I need cheese, tuna, and something other than pasta.
All right.
What am I going to use for pasta?
Squiggly squash. You can buy it freshly shaved.
Spaghetti sauce? Spaghetti squash?
Spaghetti sauce.
You can use spaghetti sauce, but they also have spiral cut squash that looks a little bit more like pasta.
And where do you get?
Right in the produce department around the corner from you.
The produce department. When do you say the produce department?
Produce.
Where is that?
The store. The store around the corner.
The big store.
The big Yahweh.
The big something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have it there.
And so I'm going to ask for spiral squash.
You just look for spiral cut squash.
They call it spaghetti squash.
No, this is beyond spaghetti squash.
This is already spiraled for you.
Yeah. Spaghetti squash. You cook and then you scrape it in order to get that effect.
See, I've already seen it.
But this is spiral cut, like a spiral French fry.
Right in the salad department.
Near there, yeah.
Okay, this is great. I'm gonna create this, and then I'm gonna.
And don't you dare bring it in here.
Why?
No.
Okay.
Just no.
Okay.
There's something, the fake cheese, fake tuna, fake pasta. No, I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
I have that fancy Toto attachment. But
we're back at that.
That doesn't mean that I want to keep using it.
Bob, why are you trying?
I'm taking a class.
Why?
I'm taking an online class with Linda Moranti from Il Chiostro in something called plant-based cooking.
Okay.
And so this is cooking, trying to discover the flavors of cooking by using all kinds of strange things like jackfruit and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you go out and you buy some of this plant-based stuff, do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
Read the ingredients and read the nutritional label.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
just do it.
Okay. Is it going to be good for me?
I bought plant-based bratwurst. the other day.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be able to cook it and treat it just like regular bratwurst. Well, first off, it doesn't cook the same way. At least in my opinion.
Right.
It doesn't handle the same way in the frying pot.
Right.
Or frying pan. And the texture was not quite there. It wasn't horrible, but then you look at the list of ingredients and the stuff that they need to add to that vegetable protein in order to make it somewhat edible. And then you look at the fat and the sodium in the nutritional label, and it's usually higher than the stuff it's trying to replace.
Got it.
You have to be careful about that.
All right, okay.
Because I care about your health.
Oh yeah.
I don't want you getting over salted. I don't need a salty Robert Plaza.
Oh, okay. Salty.
You're salty enough for us, Ken.
Look, listen. I think I feel better. How much do I owe you for this?
That'll be $50, and you can leave it on the counter on your way out.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Why didn't my cash register work?
There. Hey, I've got to get out of here. I'm
Start thinking about a show that we can tear apart. Because we don't have a TV show that we're watching right now.
I know it. The Bachelor, I'm not going to watch, but apparently The Bachelorette, she left this week. She gave out, in the first couple of weeks, she found the man of her dreams, and she said, why am I staying on with all you duds here? And she left, and now they have a new Bachelorette who are stuck with the duds.
Is it pretty sad that's where the reality television has gone rogue?
Honest to God, really? Honest to God. She didn't give a rose. She said, to hell with you guys. I found the man of my dreams. Goodbye. And so they had to scramble and find a new Bachelorette.
Yeah, I'm not watching The Bachelorette. I'm not watching The Bachelor. I'm not watching The Housewives.
So
we have to find something decent.
Yeah.
I like Below Deck.
Yeah. No. So
it's always entertaining.
I tried that one. I couldn't get into it.
We've got
the Mediterranean one was pretty saucy this year.
No. So we should find something would it be like the Real Housewives of something?
He just said he won't watch that.
Oh, he just said, was that?
Danny Nason, our research department, weighing in. You can buy whole jackfruit at the International Market in West Springfield.
Wait a minute.
Danny, you are so great. Thank you. Lucille.
And you can also use chickpeas for fake tuna.
Is that the?
So what was that other thing for fake tuna?
Chickpeas.
Chickpeas for fake.
It's probably the Victory Market on Union Street.
I was going to say that the same thing that we have downtown, basically, but bigger.
They jumped off the franchise.
What's the name of the place?
Victory Market.
No, I know.
It's Ukrainian.
Okay, no, what the one in West Springfield? Danny
Victory
and
Market.
Lucille.
Yeah,
the Victory Market in
on
West
Union
Springfield.
Street.
Yeah,
in West Springfield.
Yeah, across from Adams and Ruxton Construction.
Well, I've got my father.
I grew up on that. I basically grew up on that street. My dad had his business right there when I was a kid. So
you probably saw my father driving by. He worked for Adams Ruxton for years as a carpenter.
My dad had the building next door.
Look at this. We're closer than ever.
After it was the Bud Building.
Wonderful.
It was Help.
Yeah. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Lucille. I love you guys. All right, and I can't wait to eat jackfruit. And we'll report on this. Meanwhile, I'm leaving my $50 and I'm going home to watch Regis and Kathy Lee. Oh, rest in peace, Alex Trebek. I meant to say that this morning. What a noble, wonderful man. I loved him.
And he has enough episodes done to make it through the rest of the year.
To the, I think, to Christmas. So it's lovely. Lovely. Who do you think should replace him?
Ken Jennings.
You really? Yeah. What do you think, Kath?
I don't know. I don't really watch it.
Oh, I think Ken Jennings would make a good. But you need somebody with class. You need. And I was trying to think who had that charm, everything, that grace of Alex Trebek.
You don't need to have class. Take a look at all the game shows that are out now in prime time. The Match Game. Alec Baldwin. Come on. Yeah. There's no class.
No,
there.
That's true. That's true. True.
He's just a crass individual.
Well, Donald would be looking for a job at the meeting.
He has experience. He has experience in game shows.
No, that's true. Oh,
Good one.
All
Okay.
right.
point.
At any rate, I'm out of
Do,
here.
do I get points on
You
that
get a
one?
You
point.
good. You got
Okay.
very, very
You're,
good.
you're slamming it today.
I can hand
Slamming
I can hand it out to the left and to the right.
You are
and I
slamming.
usually do.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, I'm going to be talking to you. We were planning a Decemberfest, and right here on Channel 15 and WSKB Radio, we're going to do a whole month of wonderful holiday programming. And thanks to Peter Coles and to Ken Stomsky and to Westfield on Weekends and me and whoever, I thank my mother for giving me birth and Ken and Lucille for keeping.
Bob, this isn't an Academy Awards acceptance speech.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I'm going. I'm out of here before I get thrown out.
The music's starting to play.
Oh, bye. Turn back, old man. Did you know this? Was that what you were playing? Turn back, old man. Forget thy foolish ways.
No.
What was that?
No, well, it wasn't anything near that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Bye.
How about getting out and volunteering?
Yeah. And donate, please. Donate.
W Zinya.
Hey,
Droga Yachakoham.
Ken, pick 1, 2, 3, or 4.
A 1. Two. See, I can count.
Just pick one of them.
3.
Okay.
When is it? When is he playing?
When I'm scared to lose it all, security through the wall. Future dream
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Old Max, we go everywhere together. Right, boy?
At Pet Stuffers, we know there's nothing like a relationship between a man and his dog. Sometimes you just can't let go.
Max, you didn't eat your food. That's the second week in a row. Max?
When the unspeakable happens, just put your four-legged friend in the refrigerator or freezer. Then call Pet Stuffers. We'll be there within a week to pick him up, and in less than a month, he'll be back as good as new. Through an ancient Egyptian miracle process called taxidermy, you and your best friend will always be together.
Yeah, that's a good dog.
Pet Stuffers, when you just can't let go. And coming soon, grandparents forever.
Ken's Den brought to you by Pet Stuffers.
Good one. I would be in so much trouble.
Just take your four-legged friend and put it in the freezer, Kathy.
I'd have more room in my freezer, wouldn't I? Wouldn't I? Good one. Good one.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll be here all week. Try the veal.
That's what we're afraid of. Try the veal.
So in the, Pete, I just found this interesting. I want to talk about it the other week, but I kept forgetting to bring the article in. But in the travel section of the Republican, there was a whole article, all right? And it's called "The Flight Goes Nowhere," and it's sold out. So
Yeah.
So what airline?
That's in Australia.
Yeah.
It's Qantas. I
Yeah,
believe.
Royal Brunei Airlines.
Yep.
They are selling tickets just to fly on an airplane for people who have missed flying on an airplane.
Janine Queenan was talking about that.
So
people who just want to fly.
Yeah, they just want to go up in the airplane and fly. And everyone in this picture here is smiling, and even the ones that are wearing a mask, I can tell they're smiling.
Yep.
So yeah, that's something to do. That's something I might even consider doing. Just fly out to a hub, hang out there for a few hours, and then fly back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing what people will buy. And who would have thought of that? Honestly.
Yeah.
That's quite a marketing technique.
You go up in the air and you fly around and you come back.
Down you come.
And just go somewhere for dinner.
Yeah.
Private pilots do it all the time.
Honestly, I used to have one of my aunts. She was a very interesting person. She would do that with a bus. She'd just go to Springfield, take a ticket,
jump on a PVTA,
get on a bus, go wherever she wanted to, end up there, stay for a couple hours, and then come back.
Yeah.
It's an odd thing to do, but she enjoyed it.
I like to explore, but I go do it in my car.
Yeah, with the extra time that I've had, I'd love to just hop on an Amtrak and go down to Penn Station and get out and walk around, but not Amtrak this time of year or this in this situation, and not Manhattan right now.
Ken, when I was in 5th grade, this is a true story. My parents put me and my friend on a train in Springfield, and by ourselves, we rode the train to Baltimore. Now, would you ever let kids do that today? Holy smokes.
Mm.
And we were fine. We
How old were you?
Fine. I was 11. 11.
Yeah,
If they were a little bit older, maybe.
Yeah, 14. I think you can get away with that.
trained my kids
If you were the right parents, I mean.
Yeah, if you had your kids had some street awareness, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, even if they were 16, you coddled them constantly. I don't think they could handle that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So when you were in 5th grade, where were all the friendlies here in town?
Aha! We come to my big issue of the moment, and I don't mean to
The views
divide
expressed
people.
by the co-host during her rant are those solely of her own, not those of, the usual suspects.
They are. Something.
And here's Kathy with Kathy's craw.
Oh, no. Something came up on social media, folks, and it was a question, very legitimate question that people ask about how many friendlies are there in Westfield. And, of course, we all know most of the friendlies, and we're all familiar with them, and they're disappearing from the landscape as fast as they can. But the answer that most people give is...
a 3.
3. 3 wins the majority votes, but 3 is incorrect.
What?
It is in. I know.
Say it isn't so.
Are you astonished? Look astonished. Look astonished. I like it.
Oh, my
It's
God.
good. Peter, are you astonished?
No.
He's looking nonplussed.
Nonplussed.
By the way,
Nonplussed is good.
nonplussed, that word is going to come up again in the next hour. I'm just giving you the heads up.
I know one of Hope's words we're going to use too.
Mhm.
But anyway, there was the original. I think it's probably the original one. People know the Westfield shops. People know Franklin Street, and people know the one up by the Turnpike. But the one they're forgetting about is, and it was back in the 60s, there was a Friendly's where Pizza Town is. Now, Pizza Town is right next to Walgreens in that little shopping mall on Main Street.
Eat a pizza.
I don't know what
Yeah,
it is.
70s Eat a pizza.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's in
Well, how am I
there.
going to remember the 60s, Kathy? Come on.
Oh, honey, trust me. I remember the 60s.
All right.
Good thing I do.
I'll trust you.
But that was the fourth one. Now here's my point with social media. We put that up. I even put up a separate thread that said on that website, thank you for your input, but there were 4. And I have listed the 4. And even doing that, I'm tearing my hair out. People still keep scrolling down and saying 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Now, my point is, for God's sakes, people, read the gosh darn posts that are already up there.
See that you've irritated the teacher?
Yes, it's just...
Give them all the finger, Kathy.
I'll give them the finger. They all get that finger. Listen to me. Pay attention, because there are people that have agreed and said yes. Wendell Holmes came up and said, yes, there were 4. Someone else came on and said, yes, my mother worked at all 4. There were 4. But still, go on the site, Ken. Go on Danny's site. Find this thread, and you will see people still are saying 3.
You know, I posted at the beginning of the weekend, a quick little thing. You know what? I need a tree cut down, but I can exchange for you, an ad for a video ad for social media.
Yep.
Which means I don't have the money to pay for it.
The good old-fashioned barter
So I
system.
want to barter, right? I'm getting messages. All right, so when can we show up for an estimate?
Read what I asked. Read what I said.
And the offer still stands. You've seen some of my work on the Channel 15 YouTube. You've seen some of my personal work with Westfield on weekends. It's decent production. You might have even seen some of my own commercials for KF Solutions I made. I'll make one of those for you in exchange for dropping and taking away a tree in my backyard. And it's not a huge tree. It's just, it's beyond my capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
And the video would be well worth your time. So that still stands.
Read what we said.
Read what I said. I want to barter. I want to barter services. I'm not looking to hire you.
Well, there are 4 friendlies, or were 4 friendlies.
Hey,
in
Pete,
Westfield.
I
Not
see
3.
4 lights.
Captain, there's only 3.
Crack me up. And I will go home today and turn it on, and there'll be 3 more people saying 3.
9 o'clock on the nose, top of the hour.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't ready for that. I had something really cool planned for this break, but I forgot it was top of the hour.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Can I try this again?
Yes.
All right. Top of the hour after Happy Head, Hope from the Westfield News.
Burn down the store, take what you want and more. Shop until you drop, voodoo consumer never stop. Load up on supplies, no sale, no compromise. Gun crazy down the mall, voodoo consumer take it all. Eat this, drink this, try this, charge it, it's fabulous. Step right up and take it, it's fabulous. If you can't afford it, fake it. Be deviously dangerous, ridiculously cool. Let's make it fabulous. 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 Drive me to the bank, kneel down and give me thanks. Grab your credit card, voodoo consumer, kiss me hard. Eat this, drink this, try this, charge it, it's fabulous. Step right up and take it, it's fabulous. If you can't afford it, fake it. Be deviously dangerous, ridiculously cool. Let's make it fabulous. Too late, voodoo consumer terminate. Eat this, drink this, try this, buy this, wear this, fly this, play this, charge it, it's fabulous. Step right up and take it, it's fabulous. If you can't afford it, fake it. Be deviously dangerous, ridiculously marvelous, meticulously treacherous, disarduously cruel. Just make it fabulous. 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 Fabulous.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com, offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com. Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at Rockies.com.
Saturdays were made for polka. Tune in to the Polka Jammer Network starting at 6 a.m. and Polka Hall of Famer Billy Bellina, Breakfast at BB at 8:30.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
You have prison pen pals? Yes, a lot of people write prisoners. Even Hollywood celebrity Cal Penn. Cal Penn writes a prisoner? Yeah, Ken. Lives in California. You've never heard of Cal Penn's pen pal Ken in the Cal Penn? How could I possibly have heard of Cal Penn's pen pal Ken in the Cal Penn? Through this song.
Well, I do get a yen every now and then to pick up a pen like my pal Cal Penn, and a note I will send every now and again to my pal Big Ben, who is locked in the pen because he beat up some men and he got 5 to 10, and he'll do it again. Da 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 da. Cal Penn.
Who was that for? What are you talking about? Phil Spector's in this prison.
Kid, I know talent and shooting waitresses in the mouth. And you've got talent. We're going to make a record.
9:05 and a half. I had to find a clip that played around with vocabulary and words because we have a writer amongst us now.
Well, we have
a better writer than me.
We have Kathy though. She's a wonderful writer.
Okay, yeah, we're all. You know what? Pete's not part of this club. There's 4 of us here. 3 of us are writers. Which one of this is not like the other?
I wrote narratives for police calls for 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 years. I think I'm an okay writer.
I read those narratives. It's a special kind of talent.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, how do I not swear and talk about
what
how
do you put in
stupid
the
this person
narrative
was?
when the call somebody's having sex in a car?
Oh,
how do you write that narrative? Because you know it's going to be read by a newspaper reporter the next day.
Carl would always write, "I'm amorous."
Yes.
Yeah.
I wrote amorous activity. I coined the phrase.
I always appreciate when you just say what happened, because then it's more, I have to come up with the word.
Oh, see, I coined the phrase amorous activity.
Yes.
It's still used to this day.
Oh, my. There's a lot of fun
That covers
things.
a wide range of things, by the way.
It does. It does.
I actually have.
Amorous, we could add to the good word list.
I actually have a list.
I did jot down a few because I knew you wanted to talk about words that we liked. So I have.
How did you figure that one out? Because I never told you that.
I
made a
because
joke
you
in the
said it was unprecedented. So I know you by now. Sad but true.
You know what? Why not? Let's start off there then.
All right. Let's do some words.
It's the newest of the several op-eds that I brought in here. You penned this. Oh, look at this! It was released yesterday.
Yesterday, yes.
Yep. Pivot. And in here,
But you have to say it like Ross. Pivot.
I didn't watch that show.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah. So thanks for reminding me about that. When you kind of categorize all us Gen Xers into watching Friends, I take offense by that because that's just one show I couldn't stand.
Oh, don't be a snowflake.
I thought it was ridiculous.
I loved Friends. How dare you?
The funniest part about that episode too.
Now,
Pivot.
the funny thing is, I liked Matt LeBlanc in the stuff he did after.
Oh,
Friends.
well, it was funny because he's not really in that episode, but
okay.
Ross sends Rachel to get help to move the couch, and she comes back with Chandler, and she's like, I brought the next best thing, and he's like, that would have been Monica. Poor Chandler. My favorite.
I don't get it.
I know.
Well, those of us who watched it do. So.
Well, not all us Gen Xers or Boomers watched it.
Anyway.
All right.
Moving on. Pivot.
Pivot.
Thank you. See, you don't have to watch. It's just fun to say.
Yeah, you started talking about just words. And they were words that you either liked or no longer like. And one of them was unprecedented.
Yeah, and I like that word. It's one of those words, like some words are just kind of like fun to say for me. Anyway, I'm a weirdo. But I like to say unprecedented. You say it with like authority, like that's unprecedented. But now I'm
does
like,
it mean anything anymore?
People overuse
exactly.
it.
It doesn't mean, that's my whole point was it's so overused that it doesn't, unprecedented, it's like everything's unprecedented. So it doesn't.
Or like
matter
breaking
anymore.
news.
Yeah, some things are still breaking news, but
they use the banner, especially
They do.
local TV, in the wrong times. Like
yeah,
you
They
could
do.
use it's more, most times it's more developing story or continuing coverage, and they use breaking news.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, it's you listen and says, and now on breaking news, this just came in, and there was a snowstorm.
Sorry, yeah, the
somewhere.
weather is not breaking news.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty much 72 hours before what the weather's going to be.
That's
The weather is breaking news if a Force 5 hurricane is about to barrel down on your house.
No, because it comes. It's not.
Yeah,
It's
it
not like the
doesn't-
1900s where it's going to blow through Galveston Island with no warning. You get days and days and days of warning. They have these things called satellites.
Yeah, so I
But
get
my
that.
question is, what the word unprecedented? What do you think it meant in its purest form when it started?
Well, it meant something that's never happened before in
So
your
now
time.
there's been a change in how it's used.
Well, everything right now, it's just everything is unprecedented. Every 5 minutes, something new with coronavirus happens, and it's unprecedented. And I'm like, okay, I'm just over it.
Okay, it's sort of like the word awesome, and
The thing that
cool.
It's lost its meaning.
The thing that happened with the election is not unprecedented. It happened in with Al Gore, the 2000.
2000.
Right.
And it's happened in the past.
I'm
several
sure it's
times.
happened
Yeah, we didn't know anything until December
I'm sure it has.
13th.
That's when he finally conceded, December 13th.
Yeah.
I looked it up because I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't get yelled at about it.
Tell me why you think hollandaise sounds like nails on a chalkboard.
Because that's one of those, I don't like hollandaise sauce. So I just don't, I've come to just not even like the word
Kenny loves hollandaise sauce.
So you're not an eggs Benny person then?
No, I love everything but the sauce. So I have, thank you.
It's on.
I have actually ordered it in restaurants sauceless. So is it really Eggs
That's
Benedict?
sacrilege.
I don't know. Is it? It's probably not Eggs Benedict anymore.
No.
Thank you. But so the word just makes me go, because I don't like hollandaise sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody likes moist. I know that's next.
Actually, yeah. My words.
Are these words you like?
These are
Okay, tell us the word you'd like.
well. Moist is right there at the top
Okay.
of the list, and a lot of people just hate that word moist. Like they hate the word. I can't even say it now because I just said moist.
I don't even dislike
But you know what?
the word itself
With
so
Cardi
much.
B and her WAP, I should be able to say panties now, right?
Oh, that's such a stupid. Who's called?
Yeah.
I don't know any woman who calls their underwear panties.
Yeah, well, we used to have a radio host who just hated that word. And every now and then I walk into the studio, just look at her and say it. But you can't describe a punchki near Easter time without using the word moist. Because it's actually a moist donut.
Punchki's a great word.
It's hard to describe any kind of baked good like cakes or cupcakes without using that.
That's true.
Yeah. How dare you not like that descriptive?
Again, that's
descriptor.
not so much about the word as the how
Connotation.
everyone
It's the
hates it. So
connotation
people
people
like
assign
Ken will say it over and over again just to annoy people, and then it
Mm-hmm.
becomes annoying.
You know the word I find annoying because it's used so much on social media is the word yum and yummy. It drives me crazy when they put up a picture of their food and then they go yummy. It just annoys me. I don't know why.
You don't take pictures of your food?
No, I don't take pictures of my
Pete,
food.
Pete, are you and I the only people in this room that might
Oh
do
no,
that?
no! I don't.
No,
occasionally
she
do
does.
that.
Yeah, she does
I
too.
occasionally do.
No, I
Okay.
don't
I've seen
mind
Hope Hope.
pictures of the food.
Okay.
I don't mind pictures of food. When people have a recipe that's interesting, no,
say
I don't
yummy.
mind that at all. It's just the word yum and yummy. Of
Oh,
course
okay.
it's yum and yummy. You wouldn't put it up there if it wasn't yum and yummy. Stop it. And Friendly's has 4. No.
Well, that's the story of my life. No respect. Gotta go, no respect.
Oh, you guys are
I'm
busy.
going through everything today.
You also added cancer to the list. Of course, none of us like that word.
That's right.
Um,
Terrible word.
so the other word that you talked about was pivot.
Pivot, yes. It's used so much right now, especially in regard to schools. And my kid's school just pivoted to remote.
We'll be getting that
to
that
remote
later
learning.
on. Yep.
But they keep saying okay, we're going to have to pivot. And, pivot is standing at the same point and turning without losing
it's
that point.
changing your
So
view.
I get it, but it's just so overused. And I prefer thinking of Ross rather than coronavirus when I hear pivot.
I don't get it.
I know.
Bob Ross, you mean?
Who's Ross?
You need to
Bob
watch
Ross or-
that episode. If you watch no episode of Friends now, you need to go and find that. You can just write Ross pivot and it will come up. on YouTube. Thank you.
So as I was
It
putting
was appropriate.
as I was putting things together yesterday after reading your column and confirming that you were coming in, I wrote down a couple of words that I know that I use a lot. You know, moist was at the top of the list because it's completely opposite you here. But here's one.
Uh-oh.
I've got my own.
And I'm one of the only people in town, although Pete's starting to use it now and then. What word would that be? Whilst.
Oh, my.
Whilst.
Whilst.
It's more fun when you whisper whilst.
Whilst.
Oh, no.
Hey, Brian, can I have some wheat thins?
What?
Can I have some wheat thins?
They're wheat thins.
That's what I said, wheat thins.
Wheat thins.
Wheat thins.
Wheat thins.
Wheat thins.
Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H?
What are you talking about? I'm just saying wheat thins.
Say wheat.
Wheat.
Now say wheat thins.
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 No, you can't have any.
Have any what? Have any wheat thins?
It's wheat thins.
Wheat thins.
Wheat thins.
be in your commercial?
No, it's our thing. We're doing it.
Whilst.
Whilst.
I've been using that word for years
I don't
now.
use that word.
And I don't think nobody ever really uses that word. And it's such a great word to use, isn't it? I've been using whilst so long now. What am I using it in place of?
While.
While. While.
While?
While.
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 Well, why am I saying whilst instead of while?
I don't know.
It's a mystery.
It is a
best-
very deep, dark
The best words of all time were come up with Michael Buster McMahon.
This is Cock-and-Locker.
Yes.
Nonplussed. See, I used that one earlier to describe Pete. Yeah. Yeah, nonplussed is another one that I use that you don't really see pop up very often.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've really
I use
ever
that a
written
lot.
that. I mean, I write words all day long, and
Mm-hmm.
no, don't think that's ever been in one of my stories.
Mm-hmm. And I just have to toss route out.
Oh, no, not again.
Route.
Are we going to debate route and root?
You know I'm right, damn it.
I say root. I'm sorry. Well, actually,
Well, what's the tool that you use to put an edge on wood?
I say both of them. I've used them both.
That's a router.
That's a router. What is that device that you hook up to your computer to send commands to access the interweb? That's a router. It's not a router.
OU says ow.
So you
I
get your
agree.
kicks on Route 66?
Yes,
Is
I
that
do.
how you sing it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
66.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Doesn't have
that
the
song
same
is
sound.
vernacularly wrong.
All right, what else you got?
That's all I wrote
Hit us
down.
with it.
All right. I jotted down a couple of words I like.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Before we go on.
Chip, you know what? You just made the list. Oh, no. Oh, here we go.
We need that for making the list next time we play it.
Chip, you know what? You just made the list.
And we'll cut it right there.
No. I like the oh no.
We'll cut it right there, and that's how we'll announce the winner. You know, I'm gonna make a sound clip out of that.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Chris Jericho.
All right. You have more words.
I have a couple words I jotted down.
All right. Let's critique them.
Oh boy.
I like the word horrendous.
I do too.
That's a good word.
I like elixir.
Good one.
Okay, that's an old one.
It is.
Yeah.
Serendipity.
Good one.
I just filmed a show with the company using that name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fugacious.
Ooh.
That's a good
Good
one.
one.
Definition, please.
Fleeting.
Yeah.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Fugilicious.
Fergalicious. And then there's two sort of made up words that I say a lot that I would never write, but they are redonkulous and ginormous.
I love redonkulous.
I think ginormous is a word now.
Is it a word now? They'll make anything a real word now.
You know, I bet you.
I think irregardless I saw is
irregardless
actually in the
is another great
dictionary.
word.
Oh, that annoys me.
Yeah,
so
it's a
much.
dictionary word according to this.
Oh, it's a
from the
horrible-
Oxford Dictionary. Ginormous.
It's not a word. Oh,
Extremely
cool.
large, enormous. A ginormous 5-volume treatment of Greek and Arabic medicine. Ginormous. It's in the Oxford Dictionary now.
Hey, whilst you have, see what I did there? Whilst you have that dictionary open, why don't we see if badunkadunk is a word now?
Badunkadunk. Or bazinga.
You know, it's funny, though.
No different than goes out, sir?
Badunkadunk is not a word.
Oh, okay. What about Webster's?
Yada,
Bazinga
yada.
is still not a word.
Yada, yada.
I bet you it's in the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, bazinga should be a word. That's fun. You know, I don't get to write a whole lot of words, though, because if you know anything about, like, your general reporting, it's you're writing for, like, high school level.
Well, it's also AP style. You have to.
We use AP style. We don't use big words. So I like to, say these words because I don't write them very often.
Carl's been getting away from AP style with some of his writings.
He doesn't write very much. It's only
but when he
stuff.
does,
Yeah,
and that's not a complaint. I actually love his writing because he gets really intricate with some of his word use.
He does.
Like going back 20 years ago when he did the police logs, and he just, oh man, some of the stuff he wrote was brilliant. It was beautiful. It
was gold.
Yeah, it was.
There's a lot.
That was the best part of the
fodder.
newspaper, really.
Yeah.
There'd be a simple incident, and he'd write a 3-paragraph
And you
thing
can't,
trying to
you can't
explain
do
in
that
detail,
anymore, though.
yeah.
The laws have changed so much about what you can and can't say from the logs and what the police can even let us know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's much less exciting.
Yeah, I've noticed that lately. Although somebody does take liberty
why I
every
used to
now and then to
listen to a
make it a
scanner.
little interesting. I see it.
It's spicy,
Yeah.
Spicy's a good word.
Spicy?
Sassy is another one.
Edgy.
Huh?
Edgy.
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 Huh?
Edgy. I love edgy.
Salty.
Crispy. Crunchy.
I have my salty shirt. I like salty. My son tells my daughter she's salty all the time. Or she'll be like being sassy and he'll be, why are you so salty?
What about
Sassy's another good word, though.
One time he handed her the salt shaker and goes, I found your twin.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
What about bitchy?
That's changed a lot, hasn't it?
Hasn't it?
It depends on how you're using it nowadays. If you use the word, hey, you're bitching, man, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But it used to be a bad thing.
Yeah.
So words can change their connotation depending on the situation.
Connotation's a good word, too.
That's one of my favorites. I use that all.
like that.
Ken tells me not to talk this way.
No words with more than 4 syllables.
That's what he told me. I wasn't allowed to use multi-syllable words.
Well, connotation is only
because
4 syllables.
I know my demographics, okay?
How many syllables in this one?
Connotation is only 4 syllables.
Yeah, I realized that as I was saying that.
So maybe you should say 3 if you want to.
Cut me down to 1.
Hooked on phonics worked for me.
That's where you get the WH. WH is a digraph. You are correct. It is wha. It's not wa. You're correct. Oh, my God, you're correct.
That's like 3 times today already.
I know.
Wow.
WH is a digraph. A digraph is when you have 2 consonants that come together that make a completely different sound from either one of the consonants. For example, SH, TH, TCH, those are all digraphs. WH is considered linguistically a digraph. And there is your 3rd grade lesson.
That's why I have a...
I was just going to say, is that 3rd grade?
That's
I
your
seem to
3rd
recall
grade
3rd
lesson
grade.
for the day.
That's why I have a teacher here.
And, you're correct with the OU because OU says O and ow. It does not ever say ooh. It doesn't say the and it doesn't.
What about loom and loam?
So now 4. 4 times I'm right today.
4 times.
We're in big trouble.
I'm right. I'm correct this many times.
4 times.
Oh, man.
He's racking up the points, Peter. He racked them up this morning with Bob. You didn't hear that. I hope it's a good
No, I
thing.
did not.
Oh, it was
Getting kids.
He just
it
got
was salty. It was salty.
He just got all 4 points in pitch.
Yeah, salty and sassy.
I figured he'd be talking about Tree Jubilee or something. How did that turn into sass and salt?
Because that's what I wanted to happen.
Oh.
It's very easy with Bob.
Tree Jubilee is going to be at our location, so don't be sassy about that.
I'm actually... We don't even have it updated on the website yet. I'm waiting for the committee to provide me all the collateral and the creative so I can build this up on the website so it's easier getting the information out.
Yeah. Well, November 27th, Roots Athletic Center, right outside the Westfield News Reminder Publishing office.
Mm-hmm.
You will find the Tree Jubilee.
Mm-hmm.
That's my PSA.
And there's going to be a
What
raffle.
is the Tree Jubilee to Hope?
That's the WOW, like their version of like Festival of Trees, where businesses or individuals donate a decorated tree and they're raffled. So I'm working on ours. We're going to have a Westfield theme.
Yeah, in the past, all the trees were set up over at Renova.
Yes,
You
but
can't do that.
it's-
There's
yeah,
no room
it's too
there.
Small, so they're going to be spread out. When you walk through the front door or the side door into Roots Athletics, where the fields are, our office is through that door. So it's going to be all outside. It's a good sized space. It's probably like this big, this whole square spot here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
9:26. I missed it. I missed it by 4 seconds. I feel horrible.
Okay, so we deduct a point.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Do you feel horrendous?
Hey, that's another word. We're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, we're gonna be talking about going back to school, and then not going back to school, and then sleep issues. We all have them from time to time, and we're gonna dive right into it.
All right.
Pete.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up words and phrases and clauses.
Conjunction, junction, how's that function?
I got 3 favorite cars that get most of my job done.
Conjunction, junction, what's their function?
I got and, but, and, or. They'll get you pretty far. And, that's an additive like this and that. But, that's sort of the opposite. Not this, but that. And then there's or, O-R. When you have a choice like this or that. And, but, and, or get you pretty far.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up 2 boxcars, making them run right. Milk and honey, bread and butter, peas and rice.
Hey, that's nice.
Dirty but happy, digging and scratching, losing your shoe and a button or 2. He's poor but honest, sad but true. Boo-hoo!
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up 2 cars to 1 when you say something like this. Choice, either now or later, or no choice. Neither now nor ever.
Hey, that's clever.
Eat this or that, grow thin or fat. Never mind, I wouldn't do that. I'm fat enough now.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up phrases and clauses that balance like out of the frying pan and into the fire. He cut loose the sandbags, but the balloon wouldn't go any higher. Let's go up to the mountains or down to the seas. You should always say thank you or at least say please.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up words and phrases and clauses in complex sentences like, in the mornings when I'm usually wide awake, I love to take a walk through the gardens and down by the lake, where I often see a duck and a drake. And I wonder as I walk by just what they'd say if they could speak. Although I know that's an absurd thought.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up cars and making them function.
Conjunction, junction, how's that function?
I like tying up words and phrases and clauses.
Conjunction, junction, watch that function.
I'm gonna get you there if you're very careful.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
I'm going to get you there if you're very careful.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
I'm going to get you there.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Want to get in the flow with Rob and Joe? Join host Joe Langoni and Rob O'Lari Thursdays at 7:45 a.m. on Westfield Technical Academy's Tiger Talk.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
You know, I think you should all be nicer to Will Wheaton.
The way I treat my colleagues... Wait, what?
What?
I said you ought to be nicer to Will Wheaton.
You mean Will Wheaton?
Yes, Will Wheaton.
Why are you saying it like that?
What? I'm just saying you should be nicer to Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton seems like a nice guy.
Say wheat.
Wheat.
Now, say Will Wheaton.
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 Hey, did you hook up with Whoopi Goldberg on the show?
All the time.
I can go all morning like this.
Oh, we know. I cannot.
All right. On to the next article here. This goes back a little bit, end of September. Back to school finally. And this
It was short-lived.
Basically, nobody really went back to school until just about the end of September, with the exception of the shops around here.
Yes.
So they went back to school. Life was kind of normal.
Ish.
So were they every other week?
No, in Southwick, the hybrid is weekly. So they have cohort A and B like Westfield, except that it goes within the same week. So cohort A and B goes to school Monday, Tuesday. Cohort B goes to school Thursday, Friday. Wednesdays, everybody's half day remote unless you are a 5-day-a-week student.
Gotcha.
So students with high needs are there 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then students from preschool through grade 4 are 5 days a week in Southwick schools.
Gotcha. So you're like, geez, I'm off the hook for a little while.
Well, it was, yay, I'm going to my office for 2 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And we just got the notice last night that my kid's school, Powder Mill, is remote through at least the end of this month.
Mm-hmm. Don't feel bad. Right now, I believe today is a full remote day for intermediate because they need to figure something out there.
Yeah, and they don't know tomorrow's a day off, so they're not going to know. Maybe I think later today they're supposed to announce if they can go back on Thursday or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we just have to pivot, right?
Indubitably.
It's unprecedented. But it's tough because my daughter in particular, she was like so thrilled to go back into her classroom, and then it turned into the remote days she dreads now. She's like, oh, I just want to be in school, Mom. This is so bad.
You know, Superintendent Zaporowski was saying that same thing. You know, a lot of people wouldn't think it, but the kids are like, geez, I'm just so happy to be back in school right now.
Yep.
And now...
And, and my kids were just happier kids when they were the days that they're in school. They're happier kids.
Mm-hmm. Even with all the weirdness and extra restrictions, they're resilient.
They are. They can roll with the punches. I mean, although it was very funny. My 10-year-old came home from school the first day and said, I don't understand why I am sitting at a desk all day, 6 feet completely apart from anybody else, and I have to wear a mask, yet in the afternoon, I can sit in my same exact desk and take my mask off for 15 minutes for a break. There you have it, folks.
You know,
that's an observation from a 10-year-old.
The other week, you know, I was just saying, walking into a restaurant with your mask on, and then sitting down and then taking your mask off is basically, in my eyes, the same thing as there being a peeing section in a swimming pool. You know,
it's quite the analogy. I mean, I get, though, I mean, you are further apart, so you're not, like, going to get sneezed or coughed on, that kind of thing. There isn't, like, direct, but the air is still circulating in the same space, so... I don't know. I mean, they still are researching and coming up with new studies about why this and why that, but... I told my daughter, if you want to be in school, just follow the rules.
Well,
you know, that's what we have to
I'm
do.
antisocial to begin with, so I'm fine just staying at my house. You know, that does not affect me too much.
But it's tough now too because like for my son, who's a homebody, he's not. But he does prefer to go to school. But then it's like once school is over online, we're not really interacting a whole lot with other families right now. There's a couple that we do that we have been, so we know we're all like, safe, I guess, so to speak, if anybody's really safe.
Relatively.
But so his friends, he's got like his best friend has like immune stuff going on. So he's fully remote at school anyway by choice. So they're in, class all day online, and then their socialization is playing a video game or video chatting together. So it's like my son is constantly on the computer. So for Christmas, he's getting a really good desk chair.
I love practical gifts. Back at his age, I didn't, but I think in these times, a practical gift.
Yeah.
I told you what I'm getting everybody
cool.
for Christmas. I'm
What?
getting everybody a UV hand sanitizer wand.
Ooh.
Everybody. So I'm going to give
Nice.
everybody.
Well, we might let him get like sort of a desk gaming chair. So it's a little
Okay,
more,
one of those,
It's kind of
yeah.
fun and comfortable too, but sturdy because he's in it so much. He's a practical kid anyway. He's not a spender. Like he has gift cards from his birthday last November that he hasn't used because he just is like, no.
They
I don't
expire
wanna,
after a year.
I don't want to spend my. No, they don't.
Most gift cards start deducting after a year.
I think that's illegal now.
No,
yeah,
no,
it's,
Not illegal now?
that's illegal. I think they
Yeah.
have to go 10 years or something
Yeah,
like that
it's
now.
a long time now.
it
They
10
changed
years?
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a big thing in Massachusetts
Yeah.
a few years ago.
But he'll go to a store with $30 in his pocket and come out with nothing. And my daughter will go in the store with $3 and come out with 3 things that were at the dollar store or something. Like she just wants to spend money. He's like, nah, that's not worth it to me.
You had set up a swimming pool towards the end of the summer.
We did, finally.
Yeah.
We had our pool discussions. It was a lifesaver. I don't care. It was only up for 4 weeks and it was worth it.
Well, let me tell you something. Now there's too many of them. All the
is
manufacturers
there?
have
Oh,
them
that's
again.
Funny.
I
Well,
went
then
online.
you can
They're-
get one.
They're on sale right now because they have too many.
Well,
of
there
them.
you go. Yeah. they
So
couldn't-
yeah, I'm ordering one.
Yep.
And it's a super price. That's why you saw a post that I put up on the interweb on social media. I need help, getting rid of a tree. So
Make room for your pool.
So it's not to make room for it, but to let the sun onto it.
Yep.
And to keep all the stuff from falling out of it.
Yeah, that'd be a problem.
Yeah, they're available all over the place now.
Wow.
At the normal retail or lower price.
Wow, they're not
Isn't that crazy?
$800 for a 10-foot pool now.
No.
That's awesome.
No, 15 by 48, $350.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey, Ken, did you talk to horticulture, by the way?
No.
Maybe they'll have an interest in repurposing some of the tree. Maybe they can, plant more mulberry trees off of your tree, and then maybe they'll take the old one down for you.
That's not a bad idea.
He's thinking about it.
I can. I'll just email Nate, see if there's anything there.
Yeah, because if they could take some of the berries or whatever and plant the new tree somewhere, then
the funny trivia with the mulberry tree. A mulberry tree is one of the few trees that changes sex. They can change sex from year to year, and I have 2 spurs coming out of it. And 10 years ago, one spur was a male, one was female. I got the berries. I got mulberries 1 year.
Really?
Out of that tree. Both spurs have been male for the past 9-10 years. No mulberries. Just 1 year I got them. I was irritated, but yeah, that's some trivia.
You
for
were irritated that you got them, or that
I was
you haven't
irritated
been
that
getting
I
them?
haven't been getting them.
Oh, okay.
And because of that, I haven't grown fond of it. So maybe it's better because I don't feel bad about ejecting it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we'd found our pool. Plus, we have the pool that's too big to use, so I've got 2 pools at my disposal now, and I have a feeling next year's not going to be all that much better than this year. So,
I know that I'm not going to be working full time anywhere, so I'm gonna have that pool for
You're gonna need to relax.
for this coming summer. I will have the pool out back.
Margaritas at Kenny's.
He's got the slushy machine.
All right.
Yeah, Pete's witnessed it. I've got the.
He does have the slushy machine.
I've got the Margaritaville blender on steroids with the ice ice
Nice.
hopper, and it just automatically blends everything. And they're really
Nice.
good. And I put extra booze into mine.
Okay, I won't bring the kids then.
Do you have 2 slushy machines?
And you know where the pool is, it's secluded from all the neighbors in the backyard. So after nightfall, clothing optional.
Okay, definitely.
Okay, all right.
Rethinking
that.
Now here's the big one.
Uh-oh.
How are you?
I
sleeping,
love the title of this one, "Sleepless in Corona." Now, not only
I just said I have to write boring words a lot, so I gotta have fun when I can.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But I knew exactly when I saw the title what this was going to be about, because you actually posted a few things up on social about the topic going on here, and one of them was, what was it, 1:30 in the morning? You wanted to vacuum or something?
I was cleaning.
Okay, yeah.
I was
Oh,
awake,
yes, I
and
saw that.
I just am like, why am I laying here doing nothing? And I wanted to turn the TV on, and I want to wake up my husband who was sleeping, and he has sleep apnea. So I'm like, okay, if he's sleeping, I'm not waking him up. And then I was like, I went downstairs, and I was going to watch TV, and I was like, I'll just clean. No one can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I never get that desperate.
I did some dusting and, stupid stuff. I know. I know how to party at 1:40 a.m.
I laughed when I saw it because I thought, yes, Hope, I am awake, but no, I am not cleaning.
Yeah, I know Kathy hates cleaning.
20 years ago, if I was up at 1:30, it would be a different story.
Mm-hmm. So did you wake up, or could you just not get to sleep?
That was actually the other night. That was a whole different sleepless situation. My mom is in a nursing home, and they called me at 3 minutes to midnight.
Oof, that'll
and
keep you up
I
for a while.
immediately called back, and they weren't answering. So I was up calling them, waiting for them to call me back, and it turned out she was perfectly fine. So I was up till 4 a.m. worried about her and for nothing.
You should have broke curfew and drove over there.
She called me the next morning and was like, "Can you bring me some sugar-free candy today?" And I'm like, "Are you okay? What's going on?" She was fine.
Did you ever find out why they called you?
Yeah, somebody was honestly checking her oxygen level and checked it wrong, so it looked like it was really low. But apparently they figured out what was wrong because they didn't call back.
Maybe always take a second reading before you call somebody, wake them up at midnight.
Call them back and say everything's okay.
Everything's fine. Yeah.
But I was like, so that was not just restless sleeping. I was actually worried. But most of the time,
legitimate.
Most of the time, like that article is about, like, it's not like I'm laying there worrying about something. So it's subconscious, I guess, or it's just my schedule is so messed up because I am working a lot from home. So I'm working all day because I'm taking, okay, I got to make the kids lunch. Okay, then I'll go back to work. Okay, then I have to go take a photo at some place. Then I go back to, so I'm just constantly all day. Like, I'm usually like up at 11 writing something.
I think everybody's schedules are helter-skelter. Like mine, I still do the morning shows, but then I go home because now I have 3, 4, 5 hours of meetings at night. So it's like I do take the middle of the day. I try to, like, I don't want to work 16 hours every day.
Yeah.
And multiple times, I have to either ask myself or ask whoever I'm around, what day is it? Because I've been working since I was 14 years old. I always reported someplace, so I always knew what day it was.
Mm-hmm.
I had a good grip of what time it was during the day, depending on what I'm going through. No clue anymore.
Sometimes I'm working on multiple papers at once.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that, like, oh, is this for Thursday or Saturday? Like, as I'm trying to juggle and space things out. If it's like more of a feature, obviously, breaking news would be immediate. But, if I'm trying to schedule out things on our, on the back end of our system, I'm like, what day was I going to run that?
Yeah, I wake up and and thank God for alarms, because I used to have a built-in clock, and I would just I wicked routine. I don't know what a routine is anymore.
I think that's probably happening with all of us, and I think that the sleep issue is very common. If you talk to very few people who say, yes, I sleep well through the night. Most people are now saying, no, I can't get to sleep. If I go to sleep, I can't stay asleep. I wake up several times. I never sleep on a Monday night, ever, because I have that fear I'm not going to wake up in time to be here. So it's always every 2 or 3 hours I'm looking at the clock.
It's like a kid at Christmas.
Common.
You don't want to miss it.
With us not having our dates at Wally, that was really
I know.
tough for wrenching at things
That's just
too.
thrown me into a loop. But you're right with routine. You know, we don't have a routine anymore. So the days I wake up every morning and the first thing I think of is, what day is it? What's today?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're right. One day is very much like the next. If you don't have an appointment or somewhere you need to do, we have no clue.
You want to know when it really hit me? I would always reserve supermarket shopping Saturday or Sunday. About 3 months ago, maybe. Well, how far are we into the 5 months ago? Probably. I'm gonna go grocery shopping after my broadcast on Tuesday.
You rebel, you.
Yeah, and now I don't wait.
You just
for
go
the
whenever.
Weekend. I make sure I'm going in at the beginning of the new sale, and that's it. And the reason why I know about the new sale is because I get the penny saver.
I love the penny saver. I have got to say that. And the reason I love it is because it is the only paper that I know of that really gives ample space to all of the surrounding towns and the hill towns. No other paper. Springfield is not going to write about Chester or Otis or Blandford, but you have huge spreads of pictures and interesting things going on. Now, we don't live in the hill town, but there are people up there who do. And you know what? That's important to them, Hope.
It is.
It's important to see a picture of their village center or their sports team or their graduate. That's really important to people, and we've lost that. There are no papers that will give that same touch to those communities and reach out to them. That's it.
And we, the Westfield News, we used to cover some of those hill towns, but when we changed the penny saver to include actual news and stuff, not just it was a shopper before, and it had a great calendar before. It had a really robust calendar, but we didn't put news stories like that. And Amy Porter, who's a full-time reporter for Westfield News, she does those. She lives in the hill towns, and it's so important to her. And she finds most of those stories.
It's
and
really,
talks to those
she
folks,
does a
and
great job.
She really has a passion for the community that she lives in. So I will let her know if she's not watching or listening.
She
probably is.
In fact, I opened it this week and I looked and that was when it really hit me. I thought, wow, this is just a great little paper. It's just a great addition to what we have to offer the community in general. Back in their days when we had Detta Martin, we were writing about somebody's birthday party.
Right.
And honestly, they loved it.
Oh, I went yesterday to take a photo of a woman turning 100. So
That's
we still
amazing.
do that a little bit here and there when we can. A woman at the American Inn. Ursula, happy birthday, Ursula.
Fluff pieces.
100 years old. But it's
what people
the
like
human
to
interest.
see,
People,
Ken.
people,
Yeah. There's
you
nothing.
can turn
there's
on
nothing,
the TV and see
There's nothing
what's happening
wrong with
across
the
world.
There's nothing wrong with a fluff piece.
Yeah,
No, but
people
that's
like
what's
it.
so great about things like the Penny Saver and community radio.
I write
because-
them now and then, for crying out loud.
But you have community radio, which is another format. It's another platform to get local things out there.
Yeah, and that happens every now and then on my program, but again, get
It
back to
happens
that
every
word
program,
fluff.
Ken.
Most of my show is fluff.
No, every program you have.
That's another
is
word we have to add
community.
to the list.
Fluff.
Fluff.
Fluff. We like fluff.
I don't like marshmallow fluff though. Just throwing that out there.
That
You
I know.
don't like. Okay,
I'm a terrible New Englander.
that's
I
the
don't
official.
like it.
That's the official sandwich of Massachusetts.
Oh,
You
Fluffernutter.
disgusting. Never. No.
Fluffernutter.
Never.
love marshmallow. I could just eat the whole thing.
I don't like marshmallows. I don't like the texture of marshmallow. You know what I don't mind is when
I'm crushed.
Friendly, we're talking about Friendlies, had the marshmallow sauce, the old, I don't know if it's the same. It's probably
It
not.
was
Nothing
different,
is, but it
yeah.
was. I liked that, but other than that, I hate s'mores.
Theirs was.
I'm
more
not a
like
I'm not a s'mores person
I
either.
just don't like to.
I don't like
marshmallow.
s'mores. I don't like graham crackers. But their marshmallow, whatever it was more like a syrupy,
Yes,
gummy.
It was
It
just
wasn't-
pure sugar, and it was delicious. My aunt, my aunt was in high school. She's 8 years older than me. She worked at the one on Franklin, and she would make her own concoctions, of shakes of different stuff. Because at the time, it was your basic shake flavors. So black raspberry was my favorite. So she would make me black raspberry shakes before you could really order a black raspberry shake. Because now you can order whatever flavor you want, but you couldn't then. And she would bring, my grandfather loved the chocolate marshmallow ice cream, and she would put the marshmallow sauce on.
I remember the
So good.
counter, the
Yeah.
long counter. at
Yeah,
Franklin Street
it was
one.
fun to go sit and eat at
Yeah,
the counter.
I remember getting a lime cooler that they were called at the time, which I believe was
I like the water.
sherbet.
Yes, I like the watermelon.
sherbet.
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 Was lime sherbet with seltzer water whizzed
Yep.
up in the thing. The watermelon.
Watermelon's so good.
Always have.
I make it at home now sometimes.
I always have half a gallon of that watermelon sherbet in my freezer, and that's something I'm gonna miss when I finally relocate out to Nevada. No other company out there makes a watermelon sherbet.
There's a word, sherbet, whatever it is. You know what's funny? You know what I never, until a couple years ago, realized that it wasn't sherbet.
Sherbet.
And you know what
Sherbet.
made me realize this is
Everybody's
the dumbest thing?
sherbet.
My kids watch on Netflix, they have this cartoon, Barbie Life in the Dream House. But I know it's stupid, but it is funny because the humor is more like adults get the humor of it. And they were talking about sherbet. And I'm like, what are they talking about? So I actually looked it up and I'm like, it's not sherbet.
Well, it's spelled sherbet.
Yeah.
But if our illustrious producer would hop on the Merriam-Webster and
Pete.
and call up sherbet for the pronunciation, I'm willing to bet you dollars for donuts. It says it's acceptable both ways.
Didn't we have a word a couple weeks ago that we were talking about
Sherbet.
the pronunciation?
Pronounced.
And I looked it up and it was both ways.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pete.
Capital SHAR dash lowercase BUT. Sherbet.
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 I still call it sherbet.
Everybody
Sherbet.
does.
Well, the actual spelling is SHERBET. Sherbet. SHERBERT with additional R in the second syllable is pronounced sherbet, is less commonly used. In Britain, sherbet is a sweet powder used to make a drink bubbly or eaten by itself.
Speaking of weird, I just have to throw this out there too.
Most people call it
We're talking about food
sorbet.
and weird things.
It's Ken's Den, and we're
Bubble,
okay.
bubble tea. Oh,
Oh, I love boba.
the
wait a minute,
boba. Oh,
boba.
yes.
Boba tea. If you want to
My
be technical.
daughter, she watches YouTubers all the time who drink the boba tea. So we were at the mall, which I will only go to the mall, like I go to one store and leave. So she had to get some, she was shoes. So we had to go because she had to try on shoes. And she begged me, can I please get the tea? So we got it, and I took a sip. And they give you these big straws. So the bubble got sucked up in the straw. I immediately spit it out. I was like, this is disgusting. And I thought it was, awful.
The best part is sucking the tapioca
Oh, no.
pearls through that
Ugh.
straw.
I've never had it. I've never even heard of it.
So
What the heck
boba's
is
on
it?
my list of yucky words now because not yummy words, yucky words.
I think there's a place downtown that you can get. Actually, I think there's more than one place downtown now where you can get boba tea at.
Can you get it at Janix? The pierogi?
You know, she might have it too.
but
That-
I'm not a
and-
fan.
And I will correct you on that one too. Yannick.
Oh, Yannick.
Yeah, Yannick.
Yannick.
Oh, see, there we go.
Yannick.
We are learning so much today.
And I do have to bust you, because I'm now on this track, the snowball, where I just corrected you. I need to do something else.
Uh-oh.
And I was gonna text you a few days after last month when we did making the list with Van Halen.
Oh, you mean when you got the song wrong from Better Off Dead? That one?
No, I'm talking about
He's correcting me. I'm correcting you.
which one was Better Off Dead. Everybody wants some,
No.
isn't it? I think it might be.
You had the wrong, whatever, you had the wrong song.
Scintillating radio.
All right, moving
Okay,
along.
anyway.
So I had chosen.
I won't use Homer on
Dance
that
the
one.
Night Away,
Mm-hmm.
and I started mentioning, and that's on Van Halen 2. And you said, "Oh, it's Van Halen 1."
I was incorrect.
And I'm thinking to myself, I go, no way do I have that wrong. But I'm not going to question Hope because she's Mrs. Van Halen. Well, yeah, no, it's Van Halen 2. It's the
I
second.
wouldn't mi-
It's,
well.
it's the second track on side 1. I showed you that
Oh.
album playing. Yeah. So I'm
Spinning.
vindicated here.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm like,
all right.
You're just racking up those points today.
I
Kenny.
know. Do we have like a scoreboard?
Oh, yeah.
Can we, get
We
a scoreboard?
always have a scoreboard.
I was just
here.
damn sure that I was correct with it being on 2. But enough of that. We're not going to see you until after Thanksgiving. What are you going to be up to?
It's all kind of, everything's up in the air right now. Who knows? I really don't know.
I'm
We
getting
had
a
some
couple
plans,
of dinners
but
from Culinary down here.
I'm gonna work.
I was, we had like 2 different scenarios going on now, and we don't know what we're doing. And I said to my husband, I'm like, I just want to order from Westfield Tech and call it a day. But the only problem is I'd have to order extra because I like my turkey sandwich the next day.
And you can,
You can buy
there's
sliced turkey.
Yeah.
I saw Stacy out in the parking lot as I was coming in. I go, do I have to walk down there? Or can I just tell you that I want 2 of those dinners? She's like, oh, okay, all set.
I mean, the
But,
best
yeah.
part of Thanksgiving is the leftovers.
That's why I'm going to my brother's house.
And that's why Kathy and I last year we did the small meal from Big Y.
Big Y, yeah.
And we had like 2 or 3 days for the leftovers.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was plenty.
Yeah, but
Stuff.
I still want to smoke a turkey. I think I'm going to smoke a turkey breast
Oh,
in the smoker.
that sounds
Last time I
good.
did a whole turkey was like 2 years ago, and I had turkey broth for like the winter. I didn't have to make any chicken broth or nothing. I had smoked turkey broth for the winter. It
That
was
sounds good.
good.
And we do have a paper on Thanksgiving.
yes.
We are not skipping, so you will, because that paper gets an awful lot of shopping flyers too.
Yeah.
So
Yes, it costs a little bit more, but there's a lot in it. I got
the paper doesn't cost anymore.
I got the notice that because of the Thanksgiving Day paper, the rate is being adjusted for that one paper.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't question it because I know it's a thick newspaper, and I questioned myself. I go, wait a minute, all these people are paying to have their flyers inserted, but they're. I got an email saying,
Money grab.
we're going to charge you more for the Thursday edition.
I wonder if it's because it's a delivery. I don't know. I never heard of that.
We didn't get that. We
Yeah, I got an email like a week ago on that.
I'm gonna find out about that.
I'll have to check.
Yeah, I have no big deal. It was like an
I
extra
have nothing.
$1.
Yeah, I have nothing to do with that.
Yeah, it was like an
side
extra
of
$1.
things.
That's circulation.
Yeah.
And they did say, if you don't want to pay extra for this, just let us know, and we just won't deliver it to you that day.
Interesting.
It's pretty cheesy.
We're delivered. We go by whatever the Republican does.
Yeah, and it's definitely the Republican Westfield News that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well,
So
one big happy family of cousins.
still for what I'm paying for the subscription, it's still a bargain to get all of our local news.
Well, thank you.
I got about another 30 seconds if there's anything else you want to get out about the paper.
No, we're still trying to plug away, keeping sports going too. I know, like, we're known for our local sports. Chris Putz does an awesome job, but right now, I mean, there's going to be a lull. we were able to do, when there was the lull in the fall, a lot more focus on like little league stuff. So we're going to try and focus on some youth sports too, and which is great because the parents really responded well to that. So I think that's something we're going to try and keep up with. But it's tough. Chris is a sports department of one, but
Well, tell Chris I'm going to help him out because I installed a camera at Cross Street. So for next year, I'm going to try to air a ton of Little League games.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hope Tremblay, I want to thank you for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
All right.
I learned a few things.
I loved this conversation this morning. It engaged my brain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Next week, Chef John Slattery will be in his house, and 2 weeks from now, State Rep-elect Kelly Pease will be here.
Nice.
Until next week, that's all I got for you.
The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the skies of November turn gloomy. With a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty. That good ship and true was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As the big freighters go, it was bigger than most, with a crew and good captain well seasoned, concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms when they left fully loaded for Cleveland. Then later that night when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind they'd been feeling? The wind in the wires made a tattletale sound, and the wave broke over the railing. And every man knew, as the captain did too, 'twas the witch of November come stealing. The dawn came late and the breakfast had to wait when the gales of November came slashing. When afternoon came, it was freezing rain in the face of a hurricane west wind. When supper time came, the old cook came on deck saying, "Fellas, it's too rough to feed you." At 7 p.m. a main hatchway caved in. He said, "Fellas, it's been good to know ya." The captain wired in, he had water coming in, and the good ship and crew was in peril. And later that night, when his lights went out of sight, came the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they'd put 15 more miles behind her. They might have split up or they might have capsized. They may have broke deep and took water. And all that remains is the faces and the names of the wives and the sons and the daughters. Lake Huron rolls, Superior sings in the rooms of her ice water mansion. Old Michigan steams like a young man's dreams. The islands and bays are for sportsmen. And farther below, Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. The iron boats go, as the mariners all know, with the gales of November remembered. In a musty old hall in Detroit, they prayed in the Maritime Sailors' Cathedral. The church bell chimed till it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. Superior, they said, never gives up her dead when the gales of November come early.